Hey y'all, it's Aviva Tamar, and I'm back with a reading for my. I just want you to take. I just want you to take what vibes. I just want you to take what vibes. The luminous. Oh, yeah. Do you see the rainbow? I don't know. There it is. Hey y'all, it's Aviva Tamar, and I'm back with a reading for my Virgo friends. How are y'all doing? This reading is going to be specifically to help you get a handle on your strengths and weaknesses and help you overcome obstacles that you may encounter in the month of June in the year of 2020. All right. Please be aware that I am just an interpreter, a translator, if you will, of symbolism. And so I don't want you to put too much merit. I don't want you to overthink the messages that you receive. It is your job to make sure that you use your intuition to apply the messages that, or to apply the messages that, apply to your situation, if that makes any sense. Anyway, remember my rule. If it vibes, it vibes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And if it does vibe and you really like my vibe, I'd really like it if you would subscribe. That unintentionally rhymed and I love it. I have a tarot card reading to give you. So yeah, again, if it vibes, subscribe or like or comment or any of those things. And let's get into it. Okay, Virgo, so the first thing I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you your overall energy for the month of June, and I'm going to use my Cryptids Tarot deck, and that is a deck that is only a major arcana represented by different cryptids, so I love it. And for you guys, you got the Emperor, which is a masculine power card, essentially. You don't have to be male, obviously, for this to apply. You just have to be Virgo. Sun, moon, rising? Sun, moon, rising side. But anyway, the Emperor, he's powerful. He's in charge. He tells people what to do. He manifests. He makes things real. He's not afraid of doing the work, getting all the work done that needs to be done. That's what the Emperor is for. That's what he's really good at. What he's not good at sometimes, if you have an Emperor who's not as balanced, they tend to disregard the feelings of people that they need to surpass. They tend to disregard their teammates and refuse to delegate, or disregard other people's input. The Emperor as a leader can be very grounded in reality, but if they don't, if when you're in Emperor mode, you don't think about the people that you need to walk on in order to be successful, you can hurt a lot of people, especially if you're in a real position of authority. So with this Emperor energy, yes, you're going to be feeling powerful. You're going to be powerful in the month of June. Just be aware of who that power affects and how it affects them. Okay. Now we're going to move into the Luminous Spirit Tarot. I'm going to give you a reading with this deck. It's a traditional tarot deck with like minimalist art. I love it. Tangent. I'm going to use this deck to get your strengths and your weaknesses and figure out, what's good already and what you need to work on a little bit here. So let's see what Virgo has. What does Virgo have to improve upon? No, what's already good? What's good for Virgo already in the month of June? What are their strengths in the month of June? Ooh, we got a few cards here. We got the King of Wands. You have the ability to put yourself out there. You're in tune with your emotions, which is very important if you have this Emperor energy. Yay, good. That's awesome. King of Wands is in tune with his emotions. He can be aggressive. Don't let your emotions control you. But, oh, wow, you have wands out the wazoo. Oh my gosh, you have the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Six of Wands. Okay, so the Six of Wands is moving from difficult times to difficult to turbulent. That does not make sense. This is from turbulent and difficult times, moving on to more peaceful times. So yeah, that's good. Moving on to peaceful times. How many times can I say moving on to peaceful times? Okay. So because you have 3 wands already, I can already tell that you either are very emotional or you're already in tune with and aware of your emotions. With the Knight of Wands, you have this powerful, fast-moving, and passionate energy. You're definitely very driven by your emotions, but you also have the Knight of Swords, which means that your logic, your mental abilities could also be very well developed. So that's good. We're going to get 9 of these cards, by the way, just to get a nice 3x3 grid going so I can see the ratio of... Oh, we got the King of Cups, Virgo's strengths and weaknesses. All right, so we have what we need. Let's see what we got. We have those 3 original wands, 2 cups, 1 sword, 1 pentacle, and 2 major arcana. So let's keep going here. We already went over your major strength, which is your awareness of your emotions. That's amazing. Like you are very masculine. You have very masculine energy because all of these cards, plus you have the Knight of Swords and the King of Cups, very masculine energy. Even if you're female, you are very tapped into your masculine energy. You may be very assertive. However, because I'm also seeing the King of Cups and the Knight of Swords, I don't think you're like aggressive. You don't seem like an aggressive person to me based off of what I see. What I do see is that you are definitely aware of and driven by your emotions. Like the things you are passionate about, the things that make you feel emotionally passionate are the things that you tend to focus on, it looks like. The King of Cups is like your intuition. You also have the 7 of Cups. So that tells me that your intuition is the other thing that is like your major strength, is your ability to see past illusions and be connected with your inner world. That's really cool. You also have the moon here. And so, but it was in reverse, and I'm gonna leave it that way. I'm not putting it back. It felt very, like, so perfectly. So the moon is like this secretive, subconscious energy. So it's like you are aware of your inner world, and you do use your intuition to break down illusions outside of yourself, but you may need to start using your intuition to break down the illusions within your own conscious mind. There may be some belief that you hold about your world that is inaccurate. There may be something that your intuition is missing in the month of June. And so you may need to do some work on your intuition. For the most part, you look really set, like intuitively. You have a lot of strength here. It just needs some development so you can get more insight on yourself, it seems like. Which is okay. Yeah, that's cool. The other thing you have is the Knight of Swords. So like I said before, that is going to be not your weakest thing that you do, but you may need improvement in the area of your intellect. You know what I see? Oh, okay. This is what I'm seeing here. All right. So the Knight of Swords is a flighty individual, right? When they're a more weakened and shadow side Knight of Swords, they're flaky, right? They're not very good at making things tangible. They're not good at making things real, right? You have a lot of emotion and passion. You have a lot of intuition, and you may even be extremely intelligent with this Knight of Swords. It's just that you aren't really very good at making things physically happen in the real world. Like, you're really good at being emotional about things and caring about things a lot, right? You're really good at that. And you're really good at fighting on behalf of others. You're really good at fighting with others. You're probably really good at being a part of a team and assessing other people's emotional state. But the limit here I'm seeing, especially with your last two cards being the Page of Pentacles and the Hanged Man, there's a lot of there's a lacking in the area of being able to make things into reality. Like, you can be very passionate about things and you can intuitively know what needs to happen, but you're not very good at planning out the steps and then making those things real, right? You're not very good at planning ahead, and you're not very good at taking those tangible, real world steps to make your things that you're passionate about and that you know you want to do. It's you struggle with the part where you turn that into a real thing. Okay, which that's okay. Growth can happen. All right, you can learn, you can grow, you can adapt. This is fine. With the Hanged Man, this pause, this place where you are trapped, it's supposed to be for your own development, right? Your own inner development, your own spiritual development. I had a crying baby. Shh. Okay. So what I have for you is the Hanged Man, who is trapped, right? He's stuck in one place, can't move. Not necessarily not by his own doing. His actions may have put him there, but indirectly. Like, you did something that made someone else put you in this situation, but it's because you acted a fool. That's what I hear, is nah, you acted kind of foolish. You maybe made some poor choices. So I think that we need to work on making things real and taking logical steps to make those things real. The Page of Pentacles is someone who's ready for anything. They're young and inexperienced, but they plan ahead. They plan for every contingency. And the Knight of Swords uses logic and I want to say truth, but facts. Facts is the word. Logic, truth, and facts is what drives the Knight of Swords. So those are the things you should be focusing on in order to get out of this Hanged Man space. Is focus on learning facts, focus on finding the truth, and focus on using logic, and plan ahead, plan for anything that could possibly happen, plan for the best and plan for the worst, and everything in between. Just be ready for anything. Make your plans into reality through taking these logical steps and planning ahead. Okay. That's for you, the month of June. Now we're going to get into your relationships. And for that, I'm going to use the Pokemon Tarot. Okay. So what I want is, I want you to think of one person who you have a relationship with that is very important to you, that one. Okay, just whichever person came to your mind first. We're going to keep that person in your mind. Think about the last time you were with that person. Imagine their face. Feel how you felt. See what you saw, Try to put yourself back in that place. Now I'm going to use the Pokemon Tarot to assess a relationship. Assess the relationship that you had in mind. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull some cards to represent your conscious representations, like how you present yourselves consciously in the relationship to each other. So first, ooh, all the time with the drama. First is the Knight of Pentacles, and that's going to be the other person, or sorry, that's going to be you. That's how you present yourself, which is really interesting. Because that's not what you get in the other reading at all. You're presenting yourself as this very grounded and slow-paced person who is guided by reality and their senses, someone who's in the moment. Someone who might be more spontaneous, but usually moves slowly. That's how you present yourself, okay? And then how they present themselves to you in this relationship. How does the other person present? Woo. Okay, so this other person consciously presents themselves as the Knight of Swords, which is very interesting, since we found that that's kind of an aspect of who you are too. All right. So consciously, you guys are presenting very differently. You are presenting to this other person that you are this slow-paced and even-tempered and, maybe sometimes spontaneous person who's very grounded in reality. They are showing you a person who is fast-paced and very maybe logical, but also very quick-witted, very intelligent. Could also be flaky, depending. Knight of Pentacles could be indecisive or resistant to change. So both of those have their negative aspects. But on the positive side, you're presenting as this like calm, chill, laid back person. They're presenting as this like go-getter, moving fast. I'm off, I'm doing things, I'm using my mind, I'm going logically and, stuff. So that's cool. That's cool. Go ahead. That's a cool relationship, y'all. It looks like balanced on the surface. Let's see what's going on subconsciously. All right. So your subconscious in this relationship, like who you are subconsciously in this relationship. Who is Virgo subconsciously in this relationship? Oh, we got the King of Wands. Subconsciously, you cannot escape from this King of Wands energy. Okay? King of Wands. Look at that cinder quilt. He's on fire. My friend, Virgo, you are an emotional being. You cannot be covering up your emotions with this like laid back persona, but that's what it looks like you're doing in this relationship. It looks like you're covering up this like fiery, show-offy tendency that you have and this like emotional personality that you have. You're hiding it under this like pretend slow-paced facade. Okay, I don't want to judge you because everybody has their way of going about relationships. There's got to be a reason, right? There's a reason for everything. Let's see what's going on under the surface with your other person. So the other person's subconscious in this relationship. The other person's subconscious in the relationship. Ooh, man, they keep falling on the ground. The King of Pentacles. That's really funny. So really, the other person is the one who is this slow-paced. That's interesting. So it looks to me so far like the other person is a very slow-paced human being. They move slowly. They work really hard. They value material things. They value their senses. They're really into things that they can see and hear and taste. They're really into indulging their senses. However, because this is because they're like saying that they're this like more fast-paced individual, but they're probably really yeah, because they're this like trying to get you to believe that they're this fast-paced individual, they may be forcing you into this slow-paced role, which is why you have the knight and they have the king. It's possible. I'm not going to say that that's a fact. I'm just saying that is possible. Now, what we're going to do is figure out what you're projecting onto each other. What are you seeing on them that really is a reflection of yourself? And this part is not fun. Not always. All right. So what are you projecting on the other person? Oh my. Okay. You are projecting the Queen of Pentacles. You are projecting a caregiver onto this person. You're perceiving them properly. You are not fooled by their facade is what I'm trying to say here. You are pretty consistently perceiving them as pentacles, and you're responding to them by trying to make yourself pentacles too. Not the right move, just saying. But because they have that pentacles energy, you're seeing them as this like caregiver, this parent. These pentacles are very parental characters in the tarot, the King and Queen of Pentacles. In my opinion, the most parental pair in the deck. As a result, you are seeing this person as a caregiver. They may be a caregiver of yours, but at the same time, they are presenting as this like fast-paced, flighty, possibly flaky, and internal mental person. They may be cold on the surface even, but you see them as this like caring, abundant individual who shares their wealth and abundance with you. And it looks like you're trying to be like them, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But since the Queen of Pentacles is a reflection of yourself, because you're seeing a caregiver in them, you're not seeing the caregiver that you are. In what ways are you a caregiver? Because if you see a caregiver in someone else, a lot of the times the things that we see in other people are things about ourselves that we either like or dislike. So if you like that they are a loving and caring human being, if you like that they are this caregiver, and you think that you can't step into that caregiver role, or if you're even trying to be more like them, be aware that you're already like them in some ways, and you should nurture those ways in which you are already similar. Okay, so try to be more aware of the ways in which you're already similar with this person and nurture those things if those are things that you like. All right, and so what is being projected by this person onto Virgo? What is being projected by this person onto Virgo in the month of June? Okay, we got 2 cards. They see the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. All right. So they could see you as someone who's more intuitive. They could see you as someone, which, since we got cups in your reading pretty strongly, of your strengths and weaknesses, I'd say that they are perceiving who you really are pretty well, actually. Maybe. That's really interesting. So here's what I've got. If this person is a caregiver or a parent for you, then what they see is they're probably noticing that you are trying to be this Knight of Pentacles energy, but they are recognizing, they are projecting onto you subconsciously. So subconsciously, they are recognizing that you are an intuitive person who is connected with the inner world, and who is connected with a more like the collective subconscious. They're aware of that power that you have, and they are presenting one of your weaker qualities to you through their actions. that's like, it's like their way of trying to teach you how to act. They may see how you copy them and see where you need improvement. And so they may be acting in a way that they want you to copy so that you improve certain weaknesses of yours, which, like I just said, look at the ways in which you guys are similar that you like, and look at the things, if you admire this person, look at the things that you like about this person and apply them to yourself. Like, if you like how logical they are, if you like how they plan ahead, if you like how they make lists, do those things that they do. Ask them how they do those things. It looks like this person is going to be essential for your growth in June of 2020 because they have a lot of insight on you, and it looks like a very caring individual. Your relationship looks really balanced, and it looks like they really do have a lot of awareness of who you are. They have that subconscious King of Pentacles energy, so they are probably really grounded. If this is a romantic relationship, there's a lot of balance and love here. There's a lot of like recognition of each other's strengths here. This really good. I think you need to work a little bit on being aware of your emotional state, and be comfortable with showing who you really are and what you're actually passionate about instead of copying everything this other person is doing. But if you are trying to improve yourself and you admire things about the other person, it is okay to copy some things, not everything. You can't copy like head to toe and be another person. That's not the right way to go about things. But it is okay to be inspired by another person and the things that they do, and then go and take action to be better in those ways, right? You can apply logic and those Knight of Swords qualities. You can apply those, but still follow your passionate and emotional energy. But I definitely think this person is going to be a good guide for you as you grow and learn about yourself. They will help you get some insight. They do recognize how intuitive you are. And that's great. That's awesome. This is a valuable connection you have. That's awesome. I'm really happy about that. Good for you. The next thing I have for you is a Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle reading. Just going to get one card, maybe two. We'll see what happens. We're just going to give you a message of encouragement for the month of June to help you through, a message of encouragement for Virgo for the month of June 2020. Okay. Message of encouragement for Virgo, June 2020. Authority, which makes sense since you had the Emperor card, right? Authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. So there's this balance that I was talking about at the very beginning, right? If you are in charge, if you are powerful, if you have this authority, you need to be aware that it needs to be directed. You have all this passionate energy, you need to direct it. This relationship, this other person that you're talking to, that you're hanging out with, right? That Knight of Swords energy that you're needing to work on, that you're needing to emulate, that they are showing you, that is going to be necessary for you to have directed intention, because the Knight of Swords seeks out truth and destroys lies. The Knight of Swords is very focused. It picks a direction and it goes, right? So you really do need to focus your energy. It's good to have a lot of passion, but it needs to be like laser focused. You also need to be aware of the people who are in your care, the people who you have power over, and how that power is affecting them. You need to have love and caring for those people. You need to be receptive of other people's input, positive or negative. And you need to be willing to learn more and gain knowledge. Okay. And you have to rely on that intuition, have faith in it. That's good. Yay. You're going to be very powerful in the month of June. You're going to feel very powerful. You're going to be very powerful. You're going to be very abundant. You're going to have a lot of authority, which means you have a lot of responsibility. So just be aware of that. That's awesome. It's good. This is a good thing, but with great power comes great responsibility, Spider-Man. Okay. Last card. I promise I'm going to stop talking soon. All right. So your last card, Virgo, is going to be a Wild Offering Oracle. And this is just going to be a little prayer, a little mantra, a little something you can say to yourself, remind yourself in the month of June to kind of help you stay positive and remember your mission, remember what you need to do. Okay. So if you need a pen, paper, might be a good time to grab that. All right. So let's get a mantra or prayer, something to bring hope and positivity in the month of June to Virgos. Virgo in the month of June. Message for Virgo for June. Okay. Patience is your message. If you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. May I let this be for now. Help me relax and trust every need will be met. Often, change soon follows. Okay? So be patient with yourself as you are trying to grow and change. Be patient with others as you are trying to manage them and be that powerful authority. Be patient with your projects. Be patient as you grow. Be patient with your relationship. Just chill, relax. That Knight of Pentacles persona that you're projecting, I want you to work on actually feeling it. Really be in the moment. Be in the moment. Savor something. Go outside and feel the air and listen to the sounds and just exist and feel all the feelings for a minute, all the physical sensations. That's all it takes. That's baby step number 1. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh my gosh. This has been a very positive reading, my powerful Virgo friend. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe and come back again to vibe with me another time. All right? So long. If this reading vibes and you like my vibe, come vibe with me and subscribe. I'm down to smoother, more peaceful times. Are you serious? No.